Are you live?
It's just loading there. It's
What's going on?
rotate device. What do you mean rotate device? It says we're live now, but
No, alright.
it says poor connection. Don't know what's going on here, but it says rotate device. I don't know. Can anyone hear us? I don't know if we're going. If we're live. If someone says anything in our chat. I don't know. It says rotate device. Oh, there we go. Sideways, but I see you. Okay.
We're
Thank
on?
you.
So turn it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, does it have to be this way? Okay, sweet. So we can't do it this way. Oh, okay. Alright, so we'll do it this way. Alright. Smoothie.
Cheers.
Cool. Alright, so a bit of a fail here. Tora in the house. Someone's saying Tora in the house. Say hi, Tora.
Hey, good morning.
Alright, so how are we going to do this? Shall we just do selfie and then I'll just hold it?
I'll bring it closer and put it on eye.
Because you can't like, you have to do it this way. Hey guys, what's up? Good to see you guys. Oh, it's Tish. Alright. We just have to do this.
Can you rest it there, maybe?
How do you read comments and stuff?
It'll come up on here.
Alright.
But
That's the video.
have you refreshed it and stuff?
Yeah.
Hey Franklin, how's it going? Good to see it. Alright. How do I just find the link? Go to the creator studio. Continue that. Cool. So you guys have any questions? Just post them down, and we'll happily answer them. We're just trying to sort out our screen. So this is what we're doing currently.
Yeah, so just so people know, Torre is one of our clients who has actually come all the way from Sydney to come visit us.
Sydney,
Yeah.
Australia.
And he has overcome his ulcerative colitis that he had for a few years. And so, yeah, I mean, the reason we want to do this live video is to kind of, talk to everyone and see what kind of questions you may have. And, if you have any questions for Torre as well, he's been through our program for 6 months. He's healed his colitis. He's now medication and symptom free. And he's living a life after colitis.
Yep.
So feel free to ask any questions you want. Otherwise, we'll just start talking and sharing his story about what he went through and how he healed. So
I don't know why this thing don't go portrait, eh? Or sorry, landscape.
Can you
It's
try
not
it again?
landscape.
Can you turn it the other way?
If I turn it this way, it's not gonna work. Yeah, no, it has to go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
That's weird.
So shall we just start with Torre's story?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just thanks.
Definitely. Well, basically, I got a bit of a story. 2001, I had some symptoms with my colitis. I had the usual bloody stools and diarrhea. I went to the docs. He gave me some anti-inflammatory medication. Took them within 3 months. It sort of all cleared up, which was pretty good. And then 12 years later, 2012, symptoms returned. So I had the same symptoms. I went to the doctors. He wasn't aware of what was going on. I took the same medication, and I just went on my way. So throughout that time I was struggling with this with the symptoms, running to the bathroom and not finding any relief. So throughout that year on the medication, it got really worse and I ended up in hospital. So 2013 I ended up in hospital. They diagnosed me after doing some tests. They diagnosed me with ulcerative colitis. And then they put me on all this medication. They done the immunosuppressants, the steroids, the anti-inflammatory drugs. So yeah, I was in hospital 2012. I didn't know what was going on. I never heard about this ulcerative colitis before, and I didn't know what to do about it. So I started doing some research, and I started researching about my disease and how to get rid of it, how to cure it, how to live my life as per normal as I was doing. So I came up with finding that foods was a big thing, to cut out all foods that cause inflammation, which were the red meats, the dairy, the sugar, the wheat. So I did them things, and I felt quite good. I felt a lot better actually, and then my symptoms were still there. So I was on medication, on the immunosuppressants, the steroids, anti-inflammatory drugs. They were giving me enemas, suppositories. Symptoms were still there. I did find within them 4 years of dealing with this colitis, I did find a bit of relief, maybe a couple of months here and there. But basically,
You had flare-ups and stuff?
I had flare-ups all the time, and then my longest flare-up was towards the end from 2011, 2015 to 2016. I was on a flare-up for about a year and a half, and basically they said to me, your condition is very severe and we have to remove your bowel. So as soon as I heard that information, I sort of freaked out. Jumped online, done more research, and then I found you guys. And that's what saved me. I did read up about a vegan diet, that it's very nutritional and it does cure sort of any disease. And I jumped online, done a consult with you guys. I was a bit worried and scared at first because I didn't know what to expect after dealing with this disease for 5 years and going through the whole medical system, taking all the medication out there, seeing all the doctors and specialists, and still no answers. I even went like holistic doctors, naturopaths, Chinese medicine, done the acupuncture, the massage, the cranotherapy, all that sort of stuff, and nothing. So the moment I changed to a vegan diet, I got on your program, and you guys guided me through the program. You guys gave me knowledge on how the body heals, how the body's going to react, because obviously you go on a really strict plant-based vegan diet, puts the body in a massive detox, and you start losing a lot of weight, which I got a bit freaked out by it, but it was all part of the program, so it's all good. And I'm here today. I'm medication free. It's been about 1 year that I haven't been on the medication, and I'm feeling great. I'm living my life. I'm doing the things I used to do before, which were bike riding, surfing, traveling. I travelled to Bali in January for 30 days without running to a bathroom. There's no need to run to a toilet and panic about anything. Like, I'm eating good food, good vegan organic produce, and my life's back, and that's my little story.
Fantastic. We've got a few questions.
Yeah.
So the first question here is from Shadnor, and she's asking, how long did it take you? How much time did it take you to heal?
Okay. Yeah. It took me, I'd say, the first 3 months on the program was the hardest. So, and then the following 2 months, things start to get really, really good. So I'd say 5 months in total, but considering I was dealing with this for 5 years, changed over to a vegan diet, within 5 months I was healed. So that's really, really impressive for me, and it's really worth sticking it out. You've got to be tough and think of the light at the end of the tunnel, because there is a light. And 5 months.
All right. Next question's from Franklin, and Franklin's asking, what was the healing process like?
Okay. Look, the body goes through a detox, physically and emotionally. It was an experience that felt like I needed to do. I needed to do it because it was it was tough. But luckily I had the help of the boys here that guided me through the tough times, because you get a bit emotionally depressed because you're losing a lot of weight and you're feeling unwell, and I had the support of the guys, which gave me the courage to keep going. So it's an experience that you should do because it's needed to clean yourself. Yeah.
Hi Aman. Aman's the next question. How are you?
You forgot Franklin.
No, Franklin, what was the healing process like? That was just Franklin's
No,
question just now.
before.
No.
How much weight did you lose? Huh?
That's
Yeah.
Aman's question next.
Oh yeah, sweet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
Aman.
Hey Aman, nice to see you here. Aman's actually a really nice lady,
that's it.
and Aman's asking, how long did you bleed for in the program?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I started the program bleeding, and I was bleeding for a year and a half prior to the program because I had the worst flare-up ever. And within the first 2 months of doing the program, 2 to 2.5 months, the bleeding slowed down dramatically, and within 3 months it come to an end after a year and a half of bleeding. Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Hope that's answered your question, Aman. Another question from Franklin. How much weight did you lose? And I
Yeah.
think just to add on to that for Franklin, because Torre definitely had some, weight loss, and I want you to talk about how you felt during that time as well.
Yeah. Okay, initially my starting weight was 73 kilos, and that was sort of lean muscle because I used to train at the gym a lot. And I dropped down to 54.9 kilos, so it was a dramatic weight loss. And throughout the time of the weight loss, it was I was a little bit worried because of the weight loss was dropping off so much. But throughout that time, I was feeling, I think, the best I've ever felt. My blood results from the doctors, I was getting checked out every 3 weeks. He kept saying that they're really good, they were amazing. Keep doing what you're doing. He was a little concerned that I was dropping the weight, but my BMI was still where it had to be. I didn't drop below my BMI. And I do remember I had the best mental clarity throughout the weight loss. I had so much energy, and I had a lot of nutrition in my body, so I wasn't weak. And I felt great, even though I was dropping the weight, and I dropped down to 54.9 kilos, which was my lowest. And then my healing, when I started healing, my weight just dramatically came back, and all my blood results improved a lot as well, because I was a little bit on the lower side of things, but nothing dramatically bad to be worried about. Now I'm back up to say 65 kilos, and that was through no effort of anything else. I just literally just ate the same diet as my healing diet onto the post-healing diet, and my body just switched over and it's come back. So yeah.
So to elaborate on that, everyone goes through a weight loss phase. So they go through a metabolic phase where the weight drops. Even when I changed my diet, I lost 15 kilos in 4 months, and then I put back another 10 kilos after that. So it's just the body doing what it needs to do. And everybody, once they heal, they'll go back through an anabolic phase and they'll put on weight without any real effort. How long did it take you to put those 10 kilos back on?
Then 10 kilos, I think within 2 months. 2 months my body just turned around, and the weight came back on, which was really good. I was surprised, yeah. Yeah, really good.
Alright, so we've got some more questions here.
So this is from Shadnor.
Shadnor is saying that, can we eat beans? Definitely What?
The white beans.
The
we
white
call
beans.
chana, so that's chickpeas.
The chickpeas.
Okay.
I think we can answer that question.
Yeah.
I think. Or what do you? You can answer.
Yeah, during the healing phase, you definitely don't want to eat legumes, any kind of lentil or legume, because it's quite hard to digest, and it's not ideal. So I would suggest that you don't eat any legumes at this stage, and so basically it just allows your body to heal if you eat clean foods like fruit, and if you stick to the fruit, you'll definitely be able to heal your body and let it self-heal. And that's another important part that we want to address, is that food doesn't heal you, your body heals itself. And that's quite key, because some people forget that, and they don't realise that our body is actually doing all its work by itself. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and the reason the legumes are very hard to digest is because they have a poor food combination. So they are higher in protein than most plant foods, and they're also very high in carbohydrates. And when those two are mixed together, it's a pretty poor food combination, which means it makes it harder to digest. And when you have an inflamed bowel and your bowel is compromised and you can't digest food as easily until it heals, it's very much recommended to avoid that kind of food. And even now, we don't eat that very much. Even me, who'd never had a IBD, still doesn't eat legumes very often. Probably maybe once every 2 weeks, once a week, once every 2 weeks at the most. So yeah.
Cool. Alright, so other questions we have. What did you eat for the first 4 months, Torre?
Yes, I ate the healing diet that's stated in the book.
Yep.
So it was just the fruits. I was eating bananas and papayas for breakfast.
Yep.
Lunch, I was doing the same, bananas and papayas. I just felt bananas and papayas were really smooth and they were dense, so they filled me up. And then at night, doing the steamed veggies. And steamed, and yeah, doing steamed potato, pumpkin,
Sweet potato.
sweet potato, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just pretty basic, and it felt good, and I could keep it down, and it felt, because they're dense, they filled me up, so it was good, yeah.
So, yeah, just to clarify, it was the vegan healing diet, and mainly consisted of sweet fruits like bananas, some juice, so getting your greens through juice, so the apple celery juice, and the steamed starches at night, which was the sweet potato, pumpkin, and yams. So thanks for that question, Tropical Fruit. Shardana was asking, what is detox? Shan, would you like to answer that one?
Detox. So it's pretty self-explanatory, really. Well, your body removes a lot of toxicity, and you go through a detoxification phase, and your body removes all the toxic matter that has been inside of your body from the environmental stresses, I guess, or emotional stress. Your diet, especially if you're eating lots of animal protein, lots of animal products, they toxify the body quite a bit. And instead of the word toxify, I'm going to use poison. They literally poison our bodies, so the poison needs to come out. And that's when we go through a detox, where the poison comes out of our bodies, and we start losing a lot of weight and things like that. That's part of the detox process. And as soon as we slowly start to improve, we obviously gain the weight back. But it's years and years of damage that, really does affect you. And if you've been on immunosuppressants, if you've been on steroids for a long, long time, it's not going to help your situation. It's going to make it harder for the body to heal. And unfortunately, you've taken that route without knowing, because it's part of what we do. We go to the doctors first, and we ask them for help, and they obviously give us drugs. And unfortunately, we don't know that at the time, that these drugs are very toxic to our bodies, and they toxify us even more, along with diet. So it's double toxicity, and so our body needs to clean, and that's how it does it. So
Just to add to that, the only way your body can remove the toxemia or the poison from your body is physically. So if you've got colitis, you're going to be removing a lot of that through your bowels. So you're going to be removing the toxic blood. So if you're getting blood that's toxic and it needs to come out of the body, mucus, things like rashes and boils and bumps and temperature and headache, those are all signs of detoxification. So that's, if you're going through those kind of symptoms, then you're going through a detoxification phase, and you kind of need to pull through that. But I mean, it'd be interesting to get Toro's take on that, because when you aren't necessarily aware of all the information, it makes it kind of hard sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. So my detox, it was, like Shakul mentioned, it was getting rid of all the toxic blood, mucus in my system, and obviously I was going to the toilet between 10 and 15 times a day, which is uncomfortable, but it was something the body was doing. And it's a process you need to do so you obviously your bowels can heal.
What sort of I guess how did you face those problems mentally? Because sometimes it can be quite frustrating, and what did you do to manage those frustrations? Or when you obviously think negative, you think what's going on here. So how did you deal with that, basically?
It was emotional and stressful, because your life's changing. You can no longer sort of get out and about and socialise with friends because you're always stuck in the toilet, and you're detoxing. And it's a bit hard for you to explain to your friends or family, because it's a bit of an awkward situation to talk about, and it's uncomfortable as well. So, I detoxed obviously through going to the toilet, and mentally and emotionally as well. It was depressing, and
so how did you get through it? Like, what did you just push on, and did you just know that there's that light at the end of the tunnel? Or
how did you know that there was a light?
Well, that's when you guys came into my life. So it was tough, and each time I couldn't handle the pressure, and I couldn't handle dealing with it, I'd be Skyping you guys and asking for your advice, and asking for your opinion, and asking why am I feeling like this, and how can I help myself and feel better. And you gave me the reassurance and the courage to keep going, telling me the body's going through the natural process, eliminating all the bad matter inside me, and they gave me the strength to pull through, because it was quite emotional as well. And also you've helped me out with quotes from books, and you've given me information to read up on some inspirational books and stuff like that, and videos to watch. And it was really helped me get through that stage, because it is quite emotional. And it's depressing as well. So these guys helped me out a lot.
Just to remind everyone, Tore did have a lot of medication. He was on immunosuppressants, which are really lethal drugs. How long? 2 years? You were on them for 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years on the immuno.
And you were taking Remicade as well?
Yeah, I was doing Remicade.
Infusions?
Remicade infusions every 4 to 6 weeks at the hospital. That was going for 2 years, and I was doing the immunosuppressants for 2 years, on the steroids, off and on, over the time, and the anti-inflammatory medication, which was all sorts of medication it was.
So he was, really toxic. His body really needed to go through a lot, and it was courage. I mean, he's doing all the work, and he put his head down, and he realized that, if he's going to get better, he learnt about the information that we told him, he understood it, and he applied it, and now he's sitting here today, enjoying his life.
I'm in New Zealand. How good's this?
And so, it's determination, it's courage, obviously, and it's about getting through those tough times. And you see a perfect example of someone who's been through a lot. He's honestly spent thousands and thousands of dollars on specialists, and they've done nothing to him.
No.
And he meets two guys on the internet, and suddenly he's all better, and
Yeah.
obviously that's what we want from him. And
Yeah.
cool. So we'll answer some other questions.
The next question is from Max Patrick. What did you do to like bananas again?
Wow.
Everyone goes
Yeah.
through this, right?
Yeah, everyone goes through this stage.
Yeah.
Well, I was never a big banana eater.
Yeah.
And when you guys told me that I need to eat bananas because it's the best sort of healing fruit and good for your system, I was having one or two. It just wasn't enough, and I kept eating them. And I don't know what I did, but my body just kept loving bananas. I still eat bananas now every day religiously. And when I go traveling, there you go. There's a beautiful banana and blueberry and date smoothie. I'm sure there is in here.
Yeah. Blueberries, dates, bananas.
Yeah. Made from
And
love.
cow.
It's made from love. And I don't know. I'm in love with bananas and papaya at the moment, and I've been loving it. It feels so good in my body, and I have the best bowel movements. So don't be scared of bananas. It's not going to harm you. They're like the best fruit ever, I guess.
All right. There's another comment here from Shatno. My doctor told me I have minor pancreatitis. I'm taking tablets in 3 months now and much better. Didn't see any blood. Now my weight has gained. Can you tell me it's showing healing? Shatno, if you're taking medication, it's actually impairing the body's healing mechanism. You'll never really be healed unless you are able to get off all your medications. So yes, if you're feeling better temporarily from medication, that's because it's suppressing your symptoms. It's not because it's healing you. And so what you need to do is to first of all go on a high fruit, whole food, plant-based lifestyle. And if you follow some of the guidelines in the book Self-Healing Colitis and Crohn's, then that will definitely help you. And if you need any support, of course, we're here to help. But realistically, I'm glad you're feeling better, but in terms of healing, if you're taking medication, then you can't heal fully while you're still on medication. Okay. Next question is from Daniel. You mentioned having lots of energy during the weight loss. Is it normal to have the opposite symptom during the detox phase and have very little energy and significant weakness?
So you had that as well, right? You felt quite weak at times, or no?
In the beginning of the program,
Yep.
in the beginning of the detox, I felt weak, and the reason was I wasn't eating enough food and resting, because I lived on my own and I was still had to get out and about and get groceries and cook. I wasn't having enough time resting. But the moment I took more rest and ate more food, my energy levels picked up and I felt really good.
So rest was key, eh?
Rest was key. You need to rest.
Yep.
Like you don't need to get out of the house. You just need to rest and relax. Don't do anything strenuous. And sleep as much sleep as you can and drink water. Yeah.
Cool.
You got it.
To just elaborate on that, Daniel. Yes, some people do find that they, especially initially, while they're going through the initial part of the detox, they do face weaknesses and they do feel tired. That's not abnormal. The reason for that is that the energy is being directed to your healing. So the body's not giving you the energy, it's taking it away from you so that it can heal your body. And you just have to push through that. But as Torre said, if you do the right things, if you can eat enough food and drink enough water and get enough rest, that'll help the situation rather than make it worse. So good question, thank you for that, Daniel. Aman has another question. Did cooked foods ever make you feel super bloated the next morning? Well, you had some really interesting experiences of bloating, didn't you?
Well, I did experience a bit of bloating towards the end of the program. Through the healing stage, I was fine with bloating. In the post-healing stage, I started experiencing bloating, and I was trying to work out if it was the food, if it was my lifestyle or my stress levels, and I've narrowed it down to being uneasy with stress, and it's sort of played up with my digestion. But I didn't find that cooked food. I did experience a couple of bloating stages with wrong food combining. When I combined wrong food, I did get bloated. But with doing the combining, no, I was pretty good. And I did get bloated, but been healed, and I've been active now. I'm back at the gym, so my body's very active, and I'm feeling good, and my stress levels have dropped. Bloating is fading away, so I don't really think it's the food's fault.
Also, do you want to mention that when you just smash in the food, when you just smash in the bananas, you can drink too fast, and that can actually cause a lot of bloating. So I think you were doing that quite a bit. So I think he wasn't taking his time and drinking his smoothies as well. And I think if you're just smashing the food down without chewing it in your mouth, you may experience bloating as well.
Yeah, definitely. You need to at least chew it, and that should take 10 minutes, right?
Probably more than 10 minutes, but
this took me 1 minute, and now I got punished, so 10 minutes, and it totally makes sense, and just take your time and be relaxed when you eat, and your digestion will work amazing.
All right, the next question is from Tropical Fruit. Do you have any food sensitivities now that you've healed, like onions, garlic, tomatoes, or other nightshades? I seem to have a lot of trouble with those.
Okay, well, basically we can't have any of the onions or the garlic in the post-healing. They're irritants, right? Mm-hmm. So that irritates the body. Yep. So I don't have any onions and garlic. And nightshades, like eggplants?
Yeah, potatoes, tomatoes.
No, I'm all good.
Yeah.
I'm all good. I could eat any fruit, veggie, and have no side effects or symptoms. I used to have acid reflux when I used to eat capsicums and heartburn, and that's all gone. All gone.
Yeah. That's an interesting question from Tropical Fruit, because we get this a lot, people talking about nightshades. Realistically, it's not the fault of the vegetables, so it's not the eggplant's fault, it's not the potato's fault. It's generally something that's inside your body that they're reacting to, and therefore you once you're healed, you'll find that you can definitely process a lot of different foods a lot better, but in the healing phase you've got to be very strict with what you do and be very careful about what you eat, so that you can allow the bowel the time to overcome those issues and strengthen to the point where it doesn't cause any reactions anymore.
Cool, we got some another great question from Franklin. So will long-term steroids hinder from getting healed?
Yes.
I think it'll definitely take longer for your body to heal. Again, the amount of toxicity that goes in, it's unknown to us, and it's unknown to yourself as well. So we give the 6 months because it's a long time, and it gives you a clarification on how the body heals slowly. Like it takes, it's not a quick fix, let's just say, and that's why we have it for 6 months. And we kind of base that around myself as well. It took me around 6 months to heal, so we go on that. But if you know the information that we tell you, and if you know that the body is self-healing, you will understand why the body goes through a detox and why it takes so long to heal.
And if you keep taking steroids, then you're not going to heal long term. So if you're continuously taking steroids, then you're going to keep putting the poison in the body, because all those drugs are poisonous. And if you want to be healed and symptom free, then your goal should be to be medication free. That should be your goal, to be medication free. And how much better does it feel to be medication free?
Oh, it's amazing. It feels amazing not having to get up and take an array of tablets, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and not to mention all the side effects. Like I did feel some relief when I was on the steroids.
Yeah.
It was short-term relief, and then when I got off the steroids, my symptoms got worse. And obviously I could never heal on medication, and such a good feeling to be off the medication and be living a normal life, medication free. Yeah.
Okay. Hope that's helped you, Franklin. The goal should be to get off your steroids and get on a healthy plant-based mainly fruit-based lifestyle so that you can heal your colon. Question here from, sorry, I cannot pronounce that. Says, hey Shamiz and Shakul, I do have horrible skin issues and also Crohn's, but without any symptoms. Have done 10 days banana smoothies only and would like to follow a healthy diet. What do you recommend? Well, the best thing you can do is to get Dr. David Klein's book, Self-Healing Colitis and Crohn's, and follow the vegan healing diet that's in the book. If you want to get that book, you can find that. You can get that from our website. Just have a look at the ebook section, and otherwise, if you want a hard copy, you can get it from Amazon. And follow that. That's going to tell you what to do.
Also, if you're having bad skin, it's another form of detoxification. So if you're getting a lot of acne and breakouts, that's another way that your body releases toxicity. So those bananas are doing you a good job. So when you have those problems, just celebrate them because it's poison coming out of your body. So it's a good sign that that's happening to you. What else have we got? I recommend that you just keep going, keep doing the banana, or try and get other fruits in there if you can. If you get sick of bananas, and those fruits are obviously in the Self-Healing Colitis and Crohn's book. You can see the fruits.
And yeah, I mean, to be honest, for us it's really hard to have a look because when we work with people, we look at a food diary, and that helps us, kind of quantify exactly how much they're eating, what they're eating, and things like that. So if you want a more specific answer, you probably have to look at joining and working through that with us personally. Franklin has a question. Thumbs up for the banana loving. I like that one.
It's
Tish.
Tish. Hey Tish, how you doing?
Would you have formed stool on bananas?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. I had the best bowel movements on bananas and papayas. And I still eat them today. That's what I crave. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. So, hey Josh, Kiwi Bigfoot, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for saying hi.
Tropical Fruit has another question. I have been vegan since January and have seen a difference, but still have issues with certain foods. I eat mostly fruits morning, lunch, and have a cooked gluten-free meal. Will this heal me? Well, Torre is the perfect person to answer this question because you went vegan for 2 months before you joined the program, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it still wasn't
No.
quite enough.
No.
So
Yeah.
what was it? Like.
After researching, doing a bit of research, veganism come up a lot. Vegan diet. I went on a vegan diet. Didn't know what I was doing. I started doing a cabbage juice. I was doing a 3-day cabbage juice detox, which ruined me. And I was eating vegan diet without guidance or knowledge, and wasn't working for me until I joined up to your program and followed the book through the healing.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Just having a look at your comment there, Tropical Fruit, it's just pretty hard for us to know. I mean, it's great that you're eating fruits morning and lunch, but we need to know what your situation is. Like, you need more personalized assistance for that kind of question.
Yeah.
Another question here is Ayurveda worth a try? Nope. It's just another way of selling you something that can suppress your symptoms, and it doesn't help you heal because the body is self-healing. So anything you take externally is not going to help you. You have to allow the body to heal itself, and that's the only way you're going to overcome this. So if you Huh?
Look at that pic.
Yeah.
Very good.
Beard boys. There we go. Oh, we're back.
We're back.
We're back. Sweet. Oh, it says bad connection. Oh dear. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, it's very bad connection again. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so we don't have a lot more time, so we're gonna go through. If you guys are still here, it's awesome.
Hey, Mufford, what's up?
How many bananas do you drink in the morning during the healing phase? How many bananas would you eat just until you're full, really? I think in the initial stages.
Yeah, in the healing stage, I was doing the banana smoothies, which sort of were going straight through me. So I stopped that and I was eating the bananas, and I'd eat at least between 4 and 7, I guess, until I was full.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be scared of the bananas. They're not going to harm you.
As many as you can until you're full, really.
Yeah.
Until you can't. Yeah. Until you're full and satisfied.
Yeah.
Where can I find more information about your plan? Well, if you go to highcarbhealth.com, I'll just type it in the comments here. And go and check out the Colitis and Crohn's program. You can have a look at all the information there.
Just copy and paste it, man. Slow guy.
Doesn't matter, man. You just carry on. Why are you wasting time? Carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the next question?
My dad has been diagnosed for about 7 months. He's been under as a call. Just to outline for person who asked about Ayurveda, just get in contact with us and we can have an initial consultation with your dad if he wants to. Manny. Hello boys, what did you do? What did you do to improve your digestion? Did you do any exercise while besides just what did you do to stay positive all the time, Toro?
Okay, stay positive. I read the book and I educated myself with how the body's going to heal. To keep positive, besides the boys' efforts, I wanted my life back. I had such a great life before I got sick. And I wanted my life back, so I was really thinking just to stick through it, and the light at the end of the tunnel was me being able to get out and travel and get my life back and socialise, go out for dinner with friends, and be happy, and that's what gave me the strength to pull through. So so set a goal in your head and think of how your life is now, and if it's great and you want to continue that life, just think of that down the track, and it will come. Just be positive. Yeah.
Did you do any exercise while you were healing?
No. When I was healing, I pretty much was on the lounge or in the bed, just relaxing, down the road to get produce, and came back home. No, so no exercise.
Hey Ryan, how's it going? Thanks for joining us.
And vegan Ichigo. Nice to see you, man. Alright, what's next? Have we got any more? Otherwise we can... Okay. Alright, I think that's about all. We've got a question here from Mac Broken. I got bored of bananas, can't eat any more, help.
Papayas? I guess you need to eat fruit on the healing stage that's soluble fibre. Dates, papayas, bananas. That's what pulled me through.
If you get the self-healing colitis and Crohn's book, there's other options there that you can. There's heaps of other fruit. So
yeah,
even though bananas are the best, there are other options out there. If you get that book, you'll be able to choose.
Yeah.
What other fruit?
And you can
eat.
make smoothies as well to change it up. Yeah.
Bananas get boring. Well, what do you say to everyone, Tim? What do you say to everyone, mate?
Make your food boring and your life interesting. I know that for some people, it may not be the case that you can make your life interesting, but if you do make your food boring later on in your life, you can have an interesting life, and that's key to health.
Yeah.
The book is not free. David Klein has put a lot of work and effort into that book. Put into the chat, highcarbhealth.com. If you go into the menu at the top and find the ebooks, and you want to wait for that to come to you, then you can get it from Amazon, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. You also get the book as part of our program. So if you sign up for the program, the book is included in that. Any last your post-healing diet, and when did you start the post-healing diet?
Post-healing diet, wow. Okay, well I started the post-healing, say,
After about 4 months.
4 months after the healing diet. And well, in the book there's a big list of fruits and veggies and heaps of different foods, and then I think there's grains in there.
Some millet, yeah.
Millet, quinoa. I pretty much stick to the healing diet because it's really simple and easy, and I enjoy that. Since I've changed to this plant-based vegan diet, it was quite strict at first, which I was a bit, disappointed about because I like flavour. But going through the stages, your body changes, and you no longer have cravings for like chocolates and sweets and food that is made with ingredients. It's like a big mess. Now I'll just keep it simple. I have 1 or 2 ingredients, 2 or 3 ingredients in my meals, and I keep it simple. So now I do, like, obviously, cheat a little bit and eat out and things like that. It doesn't affect me, but I don't feel the best on that. So I just keep it simple. And if you have the book, or I recommend buying a copy. There's heaps of eating options or eating choices. There's even menus in there, right?
And did you eat potatoes as well?
Oh, every day.
Yeah. And post-healing as well?
Post-healing, healing diet. I pretty much eat in the post-healing whatever I've eaten in the healing diet.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
I think it's
great.
Yeah, I think you want to focus on your mind, and your mind's got to be very strong, right? When you get through this, otherwise it's really hard.
Yeah.
You make it harder for yourself if your mind is not strong.
Yeah.
If you don't believe, and if you have doubts and things. So I think
Yeah.
you didn't have any of that, and you wanted to push on, and you wanted to get to the stage of having a life.
Yeah.
And you just suddenly bounced back, right?
Oh yeah, I had a fighter attitude. I wanted to get my life back. It's like this disease stole my life away from me, and I didn't like that. So I was doing everything in my power to get my life back. So it meant me to change my diet to a vegan diet, which I'm so glad I did, because it's such an amazing diet. I feel so great. Eating like an ordinary person. I thought, watching Shamiz's videos on YouTube, seeing the way he was and the amount of weight he lost, gave me courage that he'd done it, and I thought, why couldn't I? So I just had a strong positive attitude, changed to a vegan diet, which gave me the best nutrition, and the body just took care of the rest. Went through the detox, and it's gone through the healing, and now here I am, happy to be here and loving life. So yeah, everyone should get on board.
Cool, guys. All right, so we're probably going to end it there. Thanks heaps to Toro for coming down and having a good chat to us. And thanks everyone who came on the chat and came live with us. It's the first time we've done this, so no doubt it'll probably be a bit better next time we do it. Get the connection sorted out. Not sure why it's playing up, but thanks for staying tuned, and be able to see Toro's testimonial and what he has to say in a video. So gives inspiration to all you guys, and really inspires you guys to do better. And those of you that are healing, it will give you more inspiration to heal.
I guess maybe we could just end off with Toro. Thanks for coming, mate.
No drama.
As you can see, there's a lot of people bringing obviously what can help people. What would you say? I mean, obviously you've seen so many questions come through. What would you say to these people who have been so diligent? Obviously we appreciate everyone who's watching. And what would you say to people who've taken the time and effort to sit and watch? Look,
obviously you guys are watching this because there's something going on with your digestion, or you might have Crohn's colitis or another autoimmune disease. I was in the same boat. I used to search YouTube and surf the net for answers and cures. But I just want to say there is hope. There is hope out there. Just be strong and positive. And these guys from High Carb Health saved my life pretty much, because I was my condition was so severe that they had to remove my bowel, and I wasn't happy with that because I knew my life was going to go downhill. So, you know, like, I just want to say, like, you know, be strong and positive. It's not the end of the world. There is hope. These guys, you know, dedicate their lives to helping people heal, because obviously Shamiz has been through this disease, and you know, these guys are doing a fantastic job. You know, they guide you and give you confidence, and they help you out through the tough times, and you know, and it's not a bad thing that you could do, because it's just changing, eating a different diet. So you have to eat regardless, right? So it's not going to hurt to just change a diet for a while, and I guarantee you the first few months of the change will be the greatest, and you won't look back, and you'll feel amazing. So yeah, so just stay strong and positive, and there is hope out there. I'm living proof. I went through the whole process after being sick for 4.5, 5 years to being healed in 6 months, and yeah, stay strong.
Cool, guys. Thanks heaps.
Cheers. Thanks for watching.
Take care, guys.